Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome back to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach.
And I'm Pepper.
And today we're going to be unboxing Ankh, Gods of Egypt.
One of the Eric Lang games in the whatever trilogy you would call it. Blood Rage, Rising Sun, and now Ankh.
Yes. I'm not even really sure what the trilogy is called, overall in the grand thing. I don't know if... there's probably a name for it. If you know the name, let us know in the comments below. But this was one that I would say out of the three themes to the game, probably the Egyptian one was maybe the lowest on kind of my radar for the different themes, because I probably like the Viking one most, and then don't really have many of the kind of, I don't know, Asian type themes for Rising Sun, so that was next one, and got a couple Egyptian type theme games already, so this was kind of on the lower end, but as people have talked about it more, initially it sounded like it was one that people didn't like one of the merge rules in the game. But then it sounds like, as people have played it more and more, the two-player version is kind of the best out of the trilogy, and we've recently gotten Cthulhu Death May Die, which is another Eric Lang game, and have enjoyed it quite a bit. So I think that made me a little more willing to try this one out, because we also had the chance to try Blood Rage as well, which is one that we had not had a chance to play until recently. But right off the bat, looks like we got a rule book here. Looks like it's a longer rule book, but based on that, it looks like it's got, based on those couple pages, so 31 pages, but looks like some of these last pages are kind of some extra details.
Explaining the different cards and...
but then kind of the rest of these pages, the text is not too badly sized, but it looks like a lot of different examples, so...
I like that.
Yeah, at least it may be longer pages, but if it's got good examples and explains everything well, I prefer that over having just a really short rule book, or a rule book with just all text, no examples. But then it looks like this is the scenarios. So kind of must be able to play it slightly differently each time. Oh boy. And right off the bat here we've got a board maybe in shrink. Pepper, can you get that open?
Yes, sir.
And I'll see what we got here. So it looks like we got a box within a box here. Let's see if we can get this out of here. Okay. Did get it out of here.
Classic
I'm not sure.
Box in a box.
Box in a box. So we try to open this baby up. Looks like we've got some trays in here. Oh boy. So I think that's what was in this box within a box. And I'm guessing this can go back in here. Maybe it's got to go back in that box. We'll have to see here. But yeah, and here maybe we'll just look at the bottom stuff first, so we can kind of put it all back in there. But yeah, looks like some player mats with the different gods here, and of course this is in shrink as well. So making it very easy to get these open. I don't know that this has
Don't worry, I'm getting there with this previous.
He's getting there.
Here you go.
Okay, here's the next one. And probably all this other stuff. Maybe these cards have something easier. But yeah, that initial thing that we took out looks like devotion track is what they're calling it. And yeah, it looks like it's got some different colors there. Then we've got an actions track with some different symbology there. Some tracks are going on. This is kind of a plasticky cardboard. Never know what to really call that. Then we've got some actual cardboard here. There are some things down there, maybe. Oh boy, a lot. Definitely a lot in this box. Yeah, it looks like some cardboard here, about the right amount of thickness. Not too thick, but not too thin either. It's got some, I like the brightness of these colors that they have. And these all look to be very different. And then it just looks like maybe some nails or something there. But a lot of cardboard. Ooh, and then we've got even more cardboard to punch with a lot of these little symbols in it. I'm not sure what those will be for. And we've got some city-looking tiles and some castles, and then numbers 1 through 8. So we got that, and then it looks like we've got a game board, which is pretty large. There's 1/4 of it right there, so it's a pretty large board. It's a little on the blah side, I would say. I guess, what do you think, Pepper? I mean, I like the look of it. It looks very like a globe. Some of those globes that have like the actual terrain sort of feel to it. It has that sort of look to it.
Yeah, but they have blue for the water, but it's not really a blue that pops, so it's not overly colorful.
But yeah, it looks like you'll be putting possibly some tiles out. These different areas.
Oh, he thinks so.
But I don't know. But yeah, and then the back is just black, so you've got one board. Yeah, overall I think it looks good, but I've seen a lot of them that use water that has it pop, and I think I personally like that a little bit more. But I could see liking both. So yeah, now that we have these open, we've got CMON the hidden. So then you've got some Ankh powers there, so these player boards look to be well laid out, and it looks like you've got a little bit of flavor text there on the back. Anubis we've got with same sort of layout. I'm guessing these are slightly different for each of the characters, a little asymmetry. And then it's got some flavor text for them as well. Then we got Raw, which is a game we also got a chance to play the same day we played Blood Rage, actually.
Yes.
But I don't know that this will be quite like Raw. I think it'll be slightly different.
A little bit.
I like the artwork they're using for these, though. Kind of a little bit different for each one. I think that's Osiris, God of the Dead. And we got the Ankh powers there. Yeah, I like the way these are laid out. And then we've got Isis.
Very nice, kind of making me think of Cthulhu Death May Die a little bit.
Right.
With the kind of artwork and the different upgrades.
Yeah, I would agree. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it does. The player boards kind of give me that kind of feel. We've got cards for each of them. It looks like maybe it's some actions you can do. There's a decent amount of text there, but I'm guessing once you know what this kind of means, I'm guessing it's just explaining that, hopefully. So, yeah, they got some interesting artwork on there. Trying to decide how much I like the artwork or not. I think I'm kind of mixed on these ones. I really liked the artwork on the player boards, player mats. These I'm not 100% sure, but overall I think they look well laid out.
Yeah.
And, oh, he's got some comments to make. He loves them. And it looks like you've got the battle steps and actions, so these must be for every player. So we got those, which is nice if that really helps explain some minor things that just could pop up maybe that you'd have to usually look at the rule book for. Hopefully that'll get rid of a few of those times of having to look at the rule book. Then we got a cat mummy, Satet, a normal mummy, Apep, giant scorpion. Was this the one in the spoilers? I'm blanking on it. Moon Knight?
I
Something like that,
what
maybe?
its name was, but yeah, it was kind of a of a croc type thing.
So you got different guardians. Looks like it might be different level ones as well. So interesting. Then you've also got another thing for each player. It looks like merged. Oh, it must be with the merge. Kind of what you do if you're merged with a certain type. So yeah, interesting.
Very interesting rule.
Yes, we'll have to see. I think that's been one of the kind of divisive rules from this game. Yeah, then it looks like we've got some minis, cool minis or not.
Bases, some regular ones and some gigantic ones. As well as some little standees.
Oh boy, Pepper. Look what we got
We've
here.
got camels.
We've got some camels with some packs. Okay, these are pretty cool.
Those are.
I must admit, I do like these camels. I like them more than I probably should. Yeah, they look really nice and pretty well detailed. Hopefully you're using camels quite a bit.
You are. I believe you're kind of dividing up the board into different areas with those. So they're kind of borders.
Yeah, those look cool.
Little Ankh tokens.
They almost look like candy.
They do.
Like the wingspan eggs. They got that look to them.
Yeah, kind of little Ankh symbols. Not sure exactly what they are used for. Maybe just player score tracks, maybe.
Yeah, and it looks like each color's kind of got its own little characters here, which as a group they all look the same, but I believe all of them are different.
Yeah, kind of got different weapons. Just kind of, yeah, just
shields.
a different look to them, every one of them.
So, yeah, I like that. I like that they're different for each faction, but then they're the same for, or different. Each faction is different from each other, but then they're all the same. And I do like that.
I like the player colors in this.
Yeah.
Something a little different.
Yeah, I do like that they use the pastel-y look.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't have known right away if I would have went with pastel type look, because
like
you'd think that
Egypt
would maybe fit. But
yeah,
it looks pretty sweet.
Oh boy.
Then we get into kind of the last of the good stuff here.
A little size comparison here.
Yes, so they are quite a bit larger, but it looks like first off down here we've got 3 of these, quite archer type people, which also has some really nice detail.
Got some, looks like mummies maybe for these.
Ooh, yeah. I wonder if these are going to be those guardians that we looked at, because I think the croc was one of them. There's 2 of these. This is actually pretty heavy. Pretty heavy mini there.
Oh wow, that is big.
It's got some weight to it.
Not only 1, but 2 of them. Got the little kitty cats here.
Yep. So yeah, it must be the guardians. Then we got 2 of these as well, which is like a sphinx-like creature, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are very, very well detailed.
And a scorpion. Another 2 of those.
Interesting.
Very cool minis.
Is there a person dead in them?
Oh, yes, there is.
Interesting. That is interesting. But then we've got kind of these bigger god minis. I assume it's the ones that you've got up there. So yeah, these are really well detailed. I think they're kind of known to do a lot of good detail.
We've got all his worshippers
he's
there
got
at the
a lot
bottom.
of worshippers. Is that the only one with worshippers? Oh, I like this one. I like that one quite a bit. It's a nice action pose you've got there. It does look like there's some things that could possibly get broken off accidentally.
Yes.
But I do like
it's not. It has a little give, so hopefully it won't snap or anything like that.
Right. And the last one, I think he is the one on the cover.
On the cover.
He's got a nice look to him as well.
2 double-sided swords.
Yeah.
Little Thanos sword.
Oh boy, yeah, and I like the cape. You can kind of see it's kind of wearing away a little bit at the bottom. I really like that as well. But yeah, that's a lot of good minis in the game, and the artwork is kind of some of that. I like some of it, not so much. I guess. What are your thoughts on the artwork overall in the game?
It's not my favorite, but yeah, some of those player boards, the artwork was really, really nice. Like you said, the card artwork is a little different and not totally my style, but not something that I actually hate. I'm definitely excited to get this one to the table, try it out, see what it's got to offer, see if the 2-player experience is as good as people have been saying. Because I'm hoping. I really wanted to get one of those in the collection, especially. I think Blood Rage is in the top 100 games of all time. I don't know if Rising Sun is quite as high, but I've always kind of wanted to get one of them in my collection. But I think Blood Rage is the one that I was most interested in. Kind of requires the highest player count of them all, and that's just not typically what we have. But yeah, so I'm really excited about this one. Can't wait to get it to the table.
If you want to check out more of our unboxing videos, or maybe when we eventually get this one played, our first impressions, definitely subscribe, check out our other videos, and we hope to see you on the next one. And as always, don't forget to
keep on nibbling
on our content.